found Radio Free Tennessee. Your Tony Basilio show will begin momentarily. Keep it locked in right here at TonyBasilio.com and on your Tony Basilio app. And hey, do us a favor. Spread the word. Another award-winning, thought-provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. You found the Tony Basilio Stream.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Pretty fired up, pretty focused, pretty prepared today. I'm pretty excited to be with you. It's kind of a fun Monday. We got a lot of stuff we got planned for you today. After what was an extremely busy sports weekend. How busy? We had a watch party at Casa de Basilio over the weekend, and we had lots of fun with that. Yeah, we had like a breakfast watch party yesterday. Let me get my hat off here. Beanstar, Bry, how we doing after the sports weekend? Brian and Bino, did I mute you guys? Let me see what's going on here. Hang on one second. Can these boys hear me? Can you boys hear me? Hola, 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 hola. What's going on here? Can you guys hear me? You just heard me a second ago. What are we doing here? Huh? Huh? You couldn't. So when I plugged this thing in, you couldn't hear me? That's something new. I got to admit that. Let me try this again here. This is why we do what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We do it for you. Beanstar, can you hear me? Bri, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Where's Bino? Unmute yourself, Bino. What are we doing, Bino? Bri, how was your sports weekend? I guess Bino doesn't feel like participating. How was your sports weekend, Bri?
Well, got the most important aspect of it was beating Vanderbilt in Memorial.
Yep.
Because it's always satisfying when you go down there or go over there and pick up a win and silence their 10 fans up who actually look like, well, you know, I won't say it, rhymes with Rick, but it was good to see Orange being taken over in West Nashville. I thought the close of both halves is what won the game.
Yes.
I didn't think they played their best, but they got a win on the road, and it's probably a game they don't win in early January.
Oh, this team's come so far. In fact, they're part of my sports quiz today. So let's go ahead and do it. 865-200-5402. I've got a 1 to 10 quiz that kind of takes the temperature of where we are. By the way, I want to thank sports. First of all, the response to the Wes Rucker tragedy from this fan base and the entire sports world makes me feel privileged to be a part of any of this, you know? And then watching yesterday the hockey team skate around with Johnny Gaudreau. Johnny Gaudreau and his brother were both hockey players. And Johnny was going to be on the Olympic team. He's an elite American player. And Johnny Hockey, as they called him. And his two young kids were in attendance, and the team paid for the family to come over and put them in the seats and paid their way and the whole deal. And man, when they brought those kids out there to center ice after that game yesterday, I mean, I cried and cried and cried. And then it all kind of hit me what happened with Wes this week and just the week and. You know, the thing about sport is, and I've said this on here multiple occasions, I don't know what it would be like. I don't know what it would be like in this world if we didn't have sport. And I don't know what people do that don't have sports. Like, because we know people that are not just, I don't like sports. I don't like sports. And that's okay. But that thing yesterday, when they brought those kids out there, coupled with the week we've had here locally, Mm-mm-mm. 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 So great yesterday, man. So great. Bino, Jeff, that was incredible. Incredible sports weekend. We just enjoyed, man. Incredible.
Absolutely unbelievable, Tony, from every facet. Took it from the mountaintop to the depths. Whatever you wanted, there was a piece of that in there. It was a great sports weekend. A few things have happened since we went off the air on Friday, Tony.
So we've got the Joey Aguilar decision, which, again, that's a little swerve from the court. People were predicting that. By the way, kudos to Adam Sparkses of the world, who kind of were sort of calling that shot. After they got roughed up after his side got roughed up in court, and I guess at the end of the day, the Rubicon of you having a 7-year, 8-year college football career was too far to cross. And Bino, I give you a lot of credit. You said in real time, I said I wanted to see the kids play because I wanted to see the kids play, which. Whatever. At the end of the day, I was hoping Joey would get his extra year if that's what Tennessee wanted. I'm not so sure this won't be the best thing for the team long term because now you get the relief and you just get to move on. Everybody gets to move on. But you said, yeah. I don't want 8-year football players. That was your thing.
Yeah, Tony, I don't think overall that's good for the game. My orange heart always takes over, and I want what's best for Tennessee. But I can't believe that guys 7 and 8 years beyond their high school graduation are good for the game of college football. And it's certainly not good for younger kids trying to break their way into the game.
Yep. Congratulations, by the way, to Nega Dave, who's been restored. He's back in the chat today. Nega Dave, welcome back. I just want to say to you that after a week without you, I will say that it's just come to my mind overnight. I had just a special revelation that you've got the brain of your brain is the size of a dehydrated BB. If I put your brain in a parakeet, it would fly backwards, Nega Dave. So I'm glad to have you back. All right, so, by the way, great Captain Lou Albano line. Bino, do you like that line?
Yes, Tony. You've used that line a number of times on here.
Yes.
And I've always appreciated it.
So,
I don't know the people you aim it at, and you've aimed it at me a couple of times.
Well, you have the brain
I probably
of a
didn't appreciate that time.
Yes. Here's our Tennessee quiz that we're going to take. Okay. No Joey football 2026 season. On a 1 to 10 scale, what is your concern for the upcoming year? 10's the highest. Basketball team wins at Vanderbilt in a really impressive fashion. Maury Hanks saw me on Saturday. Really great. And Matt was on for a brief portion. Maury's point was that Tennessee offensively at times couldn't get out of their own way in that game and still won, and it's got to just sting Mark Byington for his team not to be able to get that win. But Rick Barnes just sort of pushed every right button and coaxed his team over the finish line. We're going to discuss, are the Volunteers now, in your opinion, because of the way they're defending, are they an Elite 8 contender on the 1 to 10 scale? 10 says they're going. Baseball team. Baseball team was listless, punchless, purposeless, and really bad over the weekend. Should have gotten swept. We're very fortunate to get Friday night's game when you look back at it. 1 to 10 scale, 10 being a 5-alarm fire. Where are you on the baseball team? Next piece of the quiz, Lady Vol Hoops, Kim Caldwell. Kim Caldwell, the question's going to say, is in deep doo-doo on the 1 to 10 scale. 10 means she's cooked. Hockey game yesterday. All-time sports classic on a 1 to 10 scale. Where are you? 10 equals a Bill Mazeroski, RIP, home run. I didn't realize, Bino, that Bill Mazeroski in his career was such an accomplished player, was a multi-time Gold Glover as well. Not only was he a guy that hit that home run, but he's an all-time great.
No, Maz is an outstanding baseball player. Basically the face of the franchise until Roberto Clemente came into his own.
And then the final piece of and I want you to take the quiz as well today. Everybody, we're going to do the quiz. This is what we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk it out about the quiz. Finally, Dick Vitale is roached on a 1 to 10 scale. 1, let him keep cooking on television. 10, he's borderline Kentucky basketball's program right now under Mark Pope. So we're going to do that when we continue. Bino and Bri are going to take the quiz. We're all going to take the quiz. We have a lot to discuss. It was a really busy, crazy sports weekend. And we'll start it off with Joey Aguilar and that decision and the ramifications therein. We do it on the other side right after this.
When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years. 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gufon Moving and Storage, Pro Movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gufon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gufon.com. That's Gufon.com, or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gufon Moving and Storage.
Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Cold weather is here. Is your heating system ready and running efficiently? Don't wait to find out. A simple tune-up now can help prevent costly breakdowns when you need your heat the most. Right now, Pipe Wrench is offering a $79 heating system tune-up to keep your home warm, safe, and worry-free all winter long. Our certified technicians inspect, clean, and fine-tune every part of your heating system for maximum efficiency and comfort, helping you avoid surprise breakdowns and high energy bills. And with Pipe Wrench Home Service's same-day service guarantee, you won't be left out in the cold waiting for help. Your comfort isn't just our job, it's our promise. Schedule your $79 heating system tune-up today at pipewrench.com before winter decides to test your heater. Pipe Wrench Home Services, trusted in Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and neighboring communities for over 20 years. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free. For standard systems only, visit pipewrench.com for details.
TB here with Alan of WeShipFloors.com. Tell them about it, Alan.
Hey, I'm Alan from WeShipFloors.com. Our competition's prices, well, they're going up. Ours are coming down. Our waterproof floor Supercore is the best, and right now it starts at $199 a square foot. Our warehouses are full of 4mm, 6mm, and 8mm. You strapped for cash? Well, we have our own in-house financing. Use our room visualizer and order some free samples today. Supercore from WeShipFloors.com. Best products at best price.
Like Alan said, head over to WeShipFloors.com. Use the room visualizer on the website. Drop in any of the 120 Supercore floors virtually into your room
and order your free samples today. WeShipFloors.com. Tennesseans, they are us. The best product, the best price. WeShipFloors.com. Living Vol fan, when it's time to get ready for 2026 and what's ahead, there's only one place. It's Alumni Hall, the best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands, Nike, Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. And check this out. All the basketball stuff that the Tennessee basketball fan could ever need. Some great Tennessee baseball stuff as well. Any season, any reason. Alumni Hall, 3 locations in Knoxville. Also Murfreesboro, Bristol, and now open, of course, in Johnson City. And anytime online, alumnihall.com. Say it loud, say it proud. The ultimate volunteer shopping experience. Alumni Hall. Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the volunteer state by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof. T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show. Presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to booze.
Fada folks prepared. Dubsy and myself are planning some kind of watch party. So we're going to do a joint cigarette watch party. The playbook with William Pattison is coming up on many of these same stations as we expire today. Bino, Jeff, and Bri, are you boys ready to take the quiz today? Because we've got, Laura just told me, we've got calling in. Our first call of the day is from Colombo. Do we put Colombo on and take the quiz with Colombo, Bino, or would that be elevating that, shall we say, pea-brain a little too high? What do you think, Beanstar? So I certainly don't want that pea-brain to get the wrong idea.
You know me, Tony. I'm always ready to go to the phones.
All right, let me ask the YouTubers. Mark in Columbus, should he take part in what we're about to do here to the YouTubers? Yes or no on Colombo? I'm going to take the first 10 votes, and we're going to settle this like the constitutional republic we are.
Does Lieutenant Mark Colombo's vote count?
I don't know. Yeah, well, Fleet Pete says he wants them. Boney Basilio said, come on. I mean, come on. Come on. Michael Moat said no. I got a vote for yes. Rodney says yes. They're dragging. A couple people won't get off their dragging of Negative. Yes, yes, yes. It looks like yes. We're getting votes to add Negative to it. No, that's. Hey, Bri, where are the Vanderbilt fans today, Bri? Bri, that was, Matt said it, and Matt's right. I think it's the most impressive win of the year by Tennessee, all things considered. No J.P. Estrella. The way Tennessee played offensively, the environment they had to function in, everything about that game was hard fought. That was a great win, Bri.
The most satisfying win of the year, in my opinion. And I want to ask Vandy Joe, do you still think Vanderbilt's going to sweep the Vols in all sports?
Oh, Vandy Joe, you want a redux?
Vandy Joe, I'm putting out an APB.
Do you want a redux, Vandy Joe? Do you want a redux? Of course, we've got an audience that thinks that Vanderbilt's going to sweep us in baseball. They think our baseball program has fallen, literally, guys, like fallen off planet Earth because Tony Vitello is not here. We're not going to win any more games. But let's go ahead. I don't want to get out in front of myself here.
Let's just shut it down then.
Brian is so sick of your conduct that he's thinking about getting off Twitter over the weekend. The overreaction from people. You got Brian on a tizzy. A thin tizzy over here. So, all right, let's do this. Mark and the Lumbo, you ready to take part in our Tennessee quiz today on our 1 to 10
Why
scale
not?
and the reasons why? All right, Columbo. Columbo, you know I kid because I care when I said you have a pea brain, right?
Oh, I get it.
No, you don't get it.
I know.
No, you
Can
don't.
I say one thing real quick, Tony?
No.
Oh.
No. Bino, should we let him say one thing before we begin? We're going to do the quiz, Bino. Or is this guy going to hijack the segment? Now, Bino, you asked for this. What do you want to do here, Bino?
No, I would let Mark make his call. I mean, this is a call-in show.
No. All right, let's do the quiz.
All right.
No Joey football. No Joey football. What is your concern for the 2026 season? In other words, what does that do? On the 1 to 10 scale, 10 is the highest. 1 means who cares. Bino, Jeff Henderson, even though we have a guest here, we all will defer, shall we say, to our elders and maybe the intelligentsia of the show. So you go first, Bino. What's your level of concern?
Tony, I'll go 5.5 because I think Tennessee's better with Joey than without, but I'm not sure how much. And the reason it's not higher than that is because I'm not sure how much. And also, this is going to force Heupel to do something at quarterback that probably he didn't want to do. And for whatever reason, so far in his career, what he's been forced to do at that position has worked better than what he's chosen to do at that
Let's freaking go. What an intelligent answer. Bino, do me a favor and put that on paper for tomorrow's blog because that's such an intelligent answer you just gave me. Brian Hartman, no Joey football. Your concern for the 2020. And by the way, 865-200, 5402 if you'd care to participate as Lumbo is going to with us. 1 meaning negligible impact. 10, the highest, Bry. What's your concern for 2026 now with no Joey Heisman?
I believe it's the 5th straight year that they've had a different starting quarterback, if my math's right. And anytime you're introducing a new quarterback, there's a little cause for concern, especially if it's a true freshman or someone who has showed little ability to bulk up. So I want to say around a 6.5 to a 7. It'd be higher if the defense had not made changes. Without the new scheme and Jim Knowles, that actually, and the players that came in from Penn State, that knocks that number down a little bit for me.
So your level of concern's around a 5 like Bino's?
Probably 6, between 6 and 7.
Mark and the Lumbus, no Joey Aguilar, a guy who you've championed from pillar to post during his brief time in Knoxville. What is the level of impact for the season? 10 being the highest. What do you think, Mark?
Well, Tony, I was going to ask you for the judge's campaign website so I could go ahead and give a donation to his reelection bid. I mean,
Bino, this is your doing here. This is Bino. Bino wants to turn this thing into a damn democracy. I like dictatorship personally on here, but go ahead.
I mean, like a 3, I guess. We got to find out if one of these kids can play. And guess what, people? I know nobody wants to admit this, but Joey Aguilar's floor is not 8-4. His floor against this schedule is like 5-7. And if he plays Joey Aguilar and the kid goes 6-6, 5-7, he's getting fired. And whether you like Josh Heupel or you don't like Josh Heupel is immaterial. He needs to be the coach here in 2027 because that's the ramp-up year. He gets fired, the whole roster's gone. Chaz Coleman, who's going to be a top 10 pick in the draft at the edge, is gone. David Sanders, going to be a top 10 pick at left tackle, is gone. Tristan Keith is gone.
Bino, are you rethinking? Bino, are you rethinking having him a part of this segment? Should I put him on hold? What do you think, Bino?
Hey, Tony, my name is not on the show, so my decisions are immaterial.
Question number 2. Basketball team wins at Vanderbilt over the weekend. Really impressive win. I'm with Brian. Probably the most satisfying win. Might be the most impressive win of the year. All things considered. Really starting to come into their own on the defensive end. Gillespie really starting. The lights are really starting to come on for him from that perspective. The basketball team, Bino, you now view them as an Elite 8 contender. 10 says they're going. 1 to 10 scale. Bino, where are you?
Tony, I'm a 4.5. What's worked for this team is for me to not completely get on board. So I'm not going to completely get on board. I still think this team, I'm still worried that this team is out of the tournament before I get home from Vegas.
Brian Hartman?
I didn't come into the season with expectations of a long tournament run because it's hard to get to back-to-back Elite Eights. It's near impossible for a program of this stature, though it's had a lot of success, to make 3 straight Elite Eights. That's hard for a lot of programs. So while not ruling it out, it's not in my expectations. So I'll say a 5.
Lumbo.
Elite 8?
1 to 10 scale. 10 says they're going. 1 to 10 scale. Where are you on that?
5.5, 6. I mean,
I agree
they're
with
not
you.
a top 5. They're not a top 5 team as they've been the last 2 years.
I agree with the Lumbo.
But they're a solid top 15 team.
I agree with the Lumbo. They're going to have more of a puncher's chance than a lot of people think. Or a lot of people in YouTube laughing at it, Mark. Hey, Mark, I don't rule it out with this basketball team after what I saw Saturday. That was a really impressive win.
Give me that Michigan State team in a 4-5 all day long. We'll drill them. That team's terrible. You know.
See that, Bino?
Like
Bino won't put his foot. He won't even dip his foot near the pond. Hey, there's
Texas Tech's not popping anymore. I mean,
no.
Hell, Kansas is kind of a mess. They probably win tonight, but they're a mess. Like there's kind of 4 to 5 super elite teams, and we're the next level below.
I don't know why people won't be quick to embrace, and it's particularly the thing that we were talking about is defensively they've turned the corner, not by the fake numbers. I'm talking about by what they're doing on the floor, what that staff wants them to do. And the people I talk to say defensively, particularly Akpara and also Gillespie, they've locked it down the last couple nights.
But, Tony, I heard somewhere a couple weeks ago that the team was better defensively without Akpara out there.
Let's go to bullet point number 3. This Columbus guy, Bino, is both wordy and opinionated. I don't know where you got him, but moving along. Baseball team. Bino, they lost 2 of 3 to Kent State over the weekend and probably could have gotten swept. On the 1 to 10 scale, Bino, 10 is a 5-alarm fire. What is your level of concern for this baseball team after witnessing what we saw on terra firma over the weekend? Bino.
Tony, I'm a 4, and that's a lot higher than I would generally be. And it has nothing to do with what I saw this weekend. Mine is all about there are just so many pieces, either in new sites, new roles, that we just have no idea exactly how any of them are going to react to it. But we do have a very talented roster, so we got the main thing covered. But I just don't know how anyone's going to respond over the season to all of this newness that they're being introduced to.
I think what's interesting, and we've seen this with past editions of Vitello, you've got some bridge players to teach and bring the other guys along. This is a question I'm going to have for Willie D. Heflin and a TGMD Matt Nelson, which is, or Matt Dixon rather, which is Matt Nelson, Yoshihiho to you, which is, howdy neighbor, which is how culturally, how do you get all that stuff that's been burned into this program to translate to all these newcomers? And when exactly does it happen? We've seen past Vitello teams. I'm going to remind people. Well, Brian, you answer the question. Go ahead, Brian. 1 to 10 scale, Brian. How concerned are you? Bino says 4.5, which is much higher than usually he is because there's so many new players in so many new spots. And Henry Ford, I mean, the guy looked like an Etzel at third base here today, not a Model T. Go ahead, Brian.
Probably a 3 to a 3.5. Baseball sometimes is drunk.
Yep.
Tony Vitello's last team last year, I think, dropped, 5 straight SEC series in a row?
Brian, you can't say that. He ran from this team, Brian. Everybody's saying he ran from this team. How about the one year, Brian, when we needed a kid from Nashville to come in and save our season when 2 freshmen hit home runs against Vanderbilt on a Friday night?
He also,
I mean, come on.
The best team he thinks he's ever had that didn't get a chance to prove it because of COVID, lost a series to Wright State just before the season was shut down.
If loving you is
I guess
wrong,
a lot
Jim,
of fans weren't paying attention. They didn't start paying attention until the next season.
Luther Ingram, that's a great vocal, Bino. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be Jim Wright. That's a great vocal, Bino.
Absolutely fantastic.
You people overreacting, either 1, have never seen baseball, 2, don't understand what you're looking at, or 3, all the above. It's ladies' choice. Colombo, 1 to 10 scale. The baseball team is really concerning after the Kent State series. 10 is a 5-alarm fire. Where is the Lumbo right now?
1. What are we talking about here? It's a February non-con baseball series. These games don't even count. Like, some of these people really need to get out and touch some grass or find a hobby because this is way too emotional for you. Oh my God! If they're 14 and 12,
Columbo.
If they're 14 and 12 in the non-con and they drop the first 2 SEC series, then you can come back and with your angst and tell everybody I was right for being anxious about this. Until then, please chill out. Like, these games don't even matter. It's basically preseason. Like, what are we doing? The hot takes about a non-con February baseball series but Tony, it just took the level of detachment from reality of some of these people to a whole other level. Tony Vitello ran from the team. Really? The baseball roster costs like, what, $4.5 million, $5 million? They'll be fine.
Bino, what do you think of Columbus's performance on here thus far, and are you happy that you had him join our segment here so far?
Absolutely, Tony. I'm getting happier by the minute.
Next question. Yesterday's Olympic hockey game, which some saw, some didn't, but Bino saw it, I saw it, Bry saw it. The hockey game yesterday was an all-time sports classic. 10 equal Bill Mazeroski's home run against the Yankees. 1 equals who the hell cares? It's people playing on hockey over in northern Italy. Who cares? Bino, where are you?
Tony, I think that was a fantastic event. I'll give it an 8. I think the Miracle on Ice and Mazeroski's homer and those are 10s. The reason that this one is not a 10 and the Miracle on Ice is just for the fact that Miracle team was just so much more outmanned than this team that we put on the ice this time. But that's a fantastic sporting event in any era.
Brian Hartman?
I only saw the medal ceremony, but I thought that was really cool. And I'm glad they won, but I'll put it around the 4 to 5.
Lumbo.
Except for the 3-on-3 in the overtime, I thought that was kind of cheap. But
what did you give it, Lumbo?
A 9, but because of the 3-on-3 in the overtime.
Yeah, the 3-on-3. For those not familiar, what he's talking about is so they play the game, they play 60 minutes of hockey, and then they take 2 players off the ice. That's how the NHL decides, who the champion is. I just find it hard to believe that high-level professionals, these are the best players in the world, can't go out there and play 5-on-5 as an overtime. I mean, that is that is about as close to you play 60 minutes of football, then you have a kicking contest at the end of the game. I mean, it's fun to watch at the NHL because it's just wild, and you're trying to create 2-on-1 and odd man rush situations. But Columbo's right; it's a very bizarre way to decide a game. Columbo, when they brought that kid out there, and you're in Columbus where Johnny Gaudreau played, when they had that family up there crying. And they showed that father crying when they brought that jersey out, and I'm getting chills thinking about that after the week we had here, and the way it just tugs at your heart, man. I cried my eyes out when I saw that, and that's what makes this thing a 10 for me, because it just exemplifies once again why we love sport, because sport truly is the ultimate reality show. Sport truly mixes everything into a blender, and you get this beautiful mixture, this cacophony that can only happen with sports. And, man, yesterday that was God, Columbo, you're in that town. I cannot imagine what that was like when that guy got killed. And then yesterday when they had the family there rinkside, the way those Columbus fans must have seen that.
That was pretty awesome. And, like, the NHL guys, they're getting paid handsomely to play a game. I get it.
Yep.
But, man, they just feel like they're out there playing for the love of the game and not playing for a contract, unlike other sports.
Well, case in point. Let's compare it to the NBA. This Hughes guy, Bino, yesterday, takes a high stick in his face at the end of the game, okay? And I don't know if you saw it, Bino, but he stayed right on the ice and continued to play. He gave his interview through a broken tooth. He's the guy that scored the goal. He's got blood running down his face because he chipped his tooth in the front. He literally chipped his tooth. Bino, if he's an NBA player, where is he at the end of that game? Let's talk about that for a second. Thank you.
At home.
At home. He gets an emergency flight out of there. This freaking guy scored the goal like 30 minutes later because they resurfaced the ice. And what must that have felt like when he went back to his locker room and slowed it down? And I don't care. You could say, well, they probably gave him some numbing tooth, some kind of... Broke his tooth! I mean, you imagine how painful that is? With a stick in his face. Literally. All right, Lumbo, finally. Dick Vitale is totally roached. 1 to 10 scale. 10 equals Kentucky basketball under Mark Pope. Bino, how do you plead for poor Dick Vitale after Saturday's performance?
Tony, I love the Vitale story. I love what he's been to basketball in all the years. I'm an older guy myself. I hope I know when to say when.
Brian Hartman, what do you say? Vitale on Saturday.
I think he still has all of his mentally. I still think he's there and he's able to do games. He's still sharp.
Yep.
So I'll go around to 5.
Lumbo, what do you think?
So I've always defended them having him on, even when it's been apparent that he's lost his fastball, because, like Bino said, he's been the face of college basketball broadcasting, and he's done so much raising money for cancer,
He's a great man. He's an awesome man, and he's a fellow Paisan.
But it's time. That was a rough listen. I think it's time.
It's like Maury loves him, but Maury said after the show, the Ardanis, right? It's not so much what he's saying; it's the timbre in his voice, Bino. It's the weak sound in his voice. It's just not. It's just not broadcasting. It's just I don't know.
I mean, it's a lot like Corso.
Yes, it is.
But
it's
Corso's not
uncomfortable.
calling games. Corso's just on a silly set.
It's uncomfortable.
And it's not as bad as Corso, but it's time.
It's uncomfortable.
But they're gonna keep trotting them out there. They are. It's ESPN.
Bino, Dave, Nega Dave is jealous. He said, is this the Mark and Columbus show? So, isn't that sad, Bino?
Hi, Dave.
We're being accused
Sorry,
of that.
buddy.
Lumbo, thank you.
Dave.
You're out of here, Lumbo. Don't get turned to taunt. This ain't your show. You don't get to taunt Dave. I get to taunt Dave. You're out of here, Lumbo. Bino, letter grade for Lumbo.
An A.
Yeah, I give him an A. Unfortunately, he's an A. An A, Lumbo, stands for butt, for behind. You're an A.
I didn't put a hold with mine. I just put an A.
Brian Hartman, your thoughts before we hear them on what we're about to listen to comes from College Game Day. What are we about to listen to, Bryce? Set the stage for me. Bryce sent me this as producer of the show. Candace Parker, who, by the way, helped purchase the $1 million player the Lady Vols have for next year. And, yes, we are going there on here. Because I told you, I watched yesterday's game from start to finish. I told you Lady Vols have become interesting to me, and they're very interesting to me right now. And the stuff around it, my instincts told me that was going to be a story well worth paying attention to here down the stretch. And I haven't, except for that one blowout game where Kelly Jolly Harper brought Bino?
You almost did it again.
Brought her team in here, that team of jobbers. I couldn't watch that. But everything else, I've been pretty dialed into, not going to lie to you. Brian, what am I about to hear here on College Game Day? Set it up for me. Not what her comments are, but just who this is and what we're doing here. Because I see a lady out here, she's got my hairstyle next to a former Lady Vol. Who are these people? Hit it, Brian.
Andrea Carter was a point guard on the Lady Vols when right after Pat Summitt had to quit coaching early under Holly Warlick, and she was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Her teams, one of her teams, I think, went to the Elite Eight. Maybe a couple of her teams went that far. Mm-hmm. But she's now on ESPN. She's got into broadcasting. She's very good.
She's excellent.
She's very pretty.
She's pretty.
Got it. She's got what it takes, and she had some pointed comments about the program that Kim Caldwell has currently at Tennessee. And she had some pretty hard-hitting things to say.
Bino, I want you to hear this. I want you to tell me if you think this is disloyal and should stay behind closed doors, as Candace Parker said. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fire this up, focus this, prepare this. And I want the Living Vol fans' thoughts on this as well, because I don't have a former player perspective here. I've got everybody gets their say perspective. But Candace Parker said, if you're a part of the program, you need to keep all this stuff internal. I want you to hear this now. This is what Andrea Carter said on the College Game Day show Saturday, I think, or sometime over the weekend. Here we go.
Well, a lot of things are going on, and I agree with Coach Staley. You should never say that your team has a lot of quit. You never want to tell the fans that are watching and spending money to come watch your players that the players that they are watching are quitting on them, right? So that is the first mistake. Kim Caldwell's going to figure out what to say and when to say it in the public eye, but she's got a lot of things to figure out, because I know she said this team has a lot of quit. To me, when I watch them, what they have is no belief. And when you're playing on a team, this is any team, you've got to believe in yourself, you've got to believe in the system, and you've got to believe in the staff. Because when you're struggling with yourself, maybe you can lean on the system and your teammates. And when your team is struggling, you can turn to your staff It doesn't look like Tennessee, the players, they know who to turn to. Some of them might believe in themselves, but they believe in themselves on an island. It doesn't translate to winning. It doesn't inspire their teammates at all. There's very little belief in this Tennessee locker room when I watch them. You can believe when things are going well, but it's when things are hard. What do you believe in? And Tennessee, taking the intangibles out. Let's take out that they don't seem like they're having fun. They don't seem like they enjoy each other. From an X's and O's standpoint, the system that they have committed to requires belief and commitment. When you're shooting that many threes and when you're trying to force that many turnovers, from a basketball standpoint, sometimes you're put in a bad position. What do threes lead to? Long rebounds. Some of their shots end up starting their opponent's transition offense.
Yeah.
So when you don't believe in what you're doing, your defense is getting beat. You're giving up layups. And then when you're trying to trap, if us two go to the ball, as soon as they throw it out, now we're at a disadvantage. Now their team is playing 4-on-3 elsewhere. So this Tennessee team, it doesn't look like they believe in the system. I'm interested to see what's going to budge. Is the team going to budge, or is the system going to budge? Because if you're a coach, you are required to figure out a system that fits your players. There's no amount of NIL money that can buy buy-in. You can't purchase buy-in. You have to create it as a collective with the team and within the staff, and it's not happening right now.
God, Bino, she said there's no amount of NIL money that can buy buy-in. That's one of these. And she basically said this woman's either going to change her system or she's going to go off the cliff. I mean, Bino, in your humble opinion, is that being disloyal to the program? Or is that somebody speaking facts? Where are you on that? Because Candace Parker didn't like it at all.
Tony, I think when you choose to that your profession is that you are a college basketball analyst, then you leave your school loyalties behind and you do your job. I don't know if she's right or wrong, but she's doing her job.
Living Lady Vol fan, what do you say to that? Living Lady Vol fan, what do you say to that? Brian, what do you say to that?
Oh, I clap for it. I like passionate takes. I think she really cares about the program. I think there's some things that have to be heard. So I've got no problem with it.
Candy Girl said you got to keep it all inside. She said that's that no time. She said you're a former player. There's no time for that. I've often said that when I hear former players around here speak on the air, the ones that get in front of a microphone and say what they really believe, I go like S. Luck. But I never wore the uniform. So that is going to be my take. My take is going to be my take, which is my perspective is you're in front of a microphone, speak the truth. Then again, I never wore the uniform, which is a totally different dynamic. I mean, Andrea Carter kind of bringing it to the table there, Beanstar.
Yeah, she's. I've heard her on a number of occasions on the men's platform, and I think she's really, really good at what she does.
She's excellent.
I know all players have a circle the wagon mentality, as they should, as they have to. And love their program, but I just believe when you choose when your chosen profession is that you're a national analyst, that you leave your jersey in your locker and do your job. And that's what Andrea Carter did.
To the phones we go. We have a lot to talk about. You can take the quiz if you want, or any of the quiz. Joey Aguilar and the impact on the season. I haven't weighed in on that. I will tomorrow on the blog. The decision on Friday. 10 is the highest impact. 1 means not really. Bino, you put it like a 4.5.
What was that, Tony? The baseball?
Yep. No, the Joey Aguilar.
I'm at a 4.
The Aguilar thing.
The Aguilar, I was at a 5.5.
Yep. Jason Swain, by the way, somebody reminds me, said last year that our football team was soft. Is he disloyal? I don't think so. But see, he's broadcasting. Like Bino said, Jason's way making his makes a living, supporting his family. And is doing his thing calling it like he sees it. I respect that. I also respect what Candace Parker has to say because she's keeping it 100. She's saying, look, it's my program. It's a place I went to school. I'm loyal to the school. Look, she is loyal. I mean, she's involved in getting that great player they got for next year. So they're both Ellen Sanders asked me, Bino, how does that help the program? Tone, what she said. Brian, how do you do it, Bino? How do you do it, Brian? What do you got to say to that? How's it help the program, Brian, what she said? Is it her job to help the program, Brian, or is it her job to be a broadcaster?
She's not the only one in the media that's made pointed comments about a particular program before, and she won't be the first. She certainly won't be the last. And I believe it's something that has to be considered and has to be taken seriously. It has to be, they have to look themselves in the mirror and figure out, why isn't this working? What do we need to do? What do we need to do differently? So I don't see how it could hurt the program.
Get as many calls in here as humanly possible. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
What's hurting the program is what the performance has been on the court.
Hello, welcome in. You're on the air.
What's up, Tony? Grant Birmingham. Ready to take this quiz.
Grant, welcome in. Joey Aguilar, what's your concern for the upcoming season?
For the upcoming season, I think 5 is a fair. I think that's a fair analysis.
In other words,
because I do think, yes, I think the floor is certainly lower in 2026. I think long term, I'm with Mark. I think we really, and I know fans aren't going to want to hear this, I think we really are kind of geared up for 2027. Is to me when I look at when our serious, I'm not going to say national championship contender, but like true, let's get back to the top of the sport season should be. And I'm with you. I know the point you've been making the last month. I think we're better off for 2027 with playing with George or Faison. So long term, I say it's a 1. But I do think for 2026, I think it's a 5, and I think it could cost us the game.
Basketball team wins at Vandy. An Elite 8 contender. 10 is they're going to the Elite 8 after Saturday. They just have that look about them. Grant, where are you?
Elite 8, I think, is tough, Tony, because I think I'm going to say for the Elite 8, I'll say 4 because upsets can happen. Now, I think Sweet 16, I'm up to like an 8 or a 9. I think the thing that you're forgetting on the Elite 8 is that I think our ceiling's probably a 4 seed, maybe a 3. And if you're a 4, you're going to run into one of these 1 seeds in the Sweet 16. And I just think that we've improved a ton. I mean, you know me, I'm very positive on basketball. The one that called in last week supporting Rick so much. I don't think I see this team being a 1 seed in the Sweet 16. So what that means is either you got to win out, do some damage in Nashville, maybe you can get to the 3 line, and that would change my math a little bit. Or maybe you get lucky, maybe one of the 1 seeds loses before you get there. But this year I look at us versus Michigan, Duke, Arizona. I mean, I don't think it'd be impossible, but I'm not going to love our chances in a Sweet 16 game. So that's kind of where I am with that.
Baseball team is really concerning, Grant, after that start over the weekend. Yes or no? 1 to 10 scale.
2. And I would say 1. The only thing that keeps me from saying a 1 is that in the back of my mind, and I would think some other fans' minds, is that whole Texas A&M thing from last year of they changed coaches, they brought back a loaded roster. Things aren't going to change. We're going to be great. And they went from preseason number 1 to missing the tournament. So, and hear me, I'm not saying we're going to do that. I said a 2 for a reason. I still have a lot of confidence in this program, this team. But, I love baseball. I don't get in the weeds on it until conference play, really until basketball's over. So I didn't watch any of it with my own eyes this weekend. I was just kind of keeping up with the score. Sounds like we definitely had some issues. I think this is a very talented team. I think the pitching's been really good, at least the starting pitching, which to me that's always going to give you a chance. That's the number one thing I'm looking for in the first month of this season. How's the starting pitching look? So that's definitely excellent. Positive. It seems like we got some issues in the lineup. We're going to need these sophomores to be a lot better than what they've been so far. Is kind of my read on the situation. But I'll say 2. And again, I think in and of itself, this weekend's a nothing burger. I do just think that, you do risk if things go south, this thing could be a mental battle more than anything is kind of how I'd phrase it. You don't want the guys to panic. You don't want the fans to panic. I know some of them already are. That's just how it goes. But,
here's the issue though. Here's the issue, guys. We got this thing we got going on down in Texas this weekend, and they're playing some name brand teams. So, Bino, they've got to get this stuff situated pretty quickly.
Yeah, they'll have to play much better baseball than they did this weekend, Tony, because they're definitely stepping up in opponent. Kent State's good. These teams are very good.
Anything else, Grant and Birmingham, you'd care to opine on? Always good hearing from you.
Lady Vols.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I'll be honest with you. I don't. It's just you only got so much you can follow in the sports when you got kids and you got a life and everything. I would say from afar that one seems dicey. It seems like they got a lot of problems swirling around there. It seems like this year is completely cooked. You talking about her long term? What was your 1 to 10 on if she's going
10? She's
10 being a complete disaster.
10, she's cooked.
Like she's done.
Yeah,
I'm going to say 7.5. Yeah, it doesn't seem very good.
No, it feels like she's in the pot right now, simmering. And if she doesn't get out of that pot, it's going to be like the old episode, the old Looney Tunes, the Bugs Bunny deal.
Yeah, the one thing I will say for her, and really this is any of these sports now, but you kind of get a jail card with the portal. It's obviously she screwed the portal up this year. I think that from what I can tell, that seems to be the problem. So is it possible? Yeah, if she go find much better culture fits and people that want to play that style and less turn. I've probably watched with my own eyes 15 minutes of them this year, and and I know there's a lot of turnovers in that spot to begin with. I kid you not. Yesterday, I turned it over twice while I was watching golf or the Olympics or something. Within 5 seconds, both times they just had moronic turnovers. You just got to play smarter basketball at whatever level you are. So I don't know. Can she go out and hit the portal? That's what it's going to come down to. It doesn't seem like many of these girls can play or going to play in her system. So I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely different than it was 15 years ago when you were. You'd be looking at her situation now and she's probably completely cooked.
Yeah, 15.
So she at least has a chance, but she'll have to have a perfect or a near perfect portal cycle.
I love, and here's my favorite thing about her: she's coachable. I give her credit because she got up yesterday and said she loved coaching this team. Now I don't know what she loves about coaching them because they won a game. They won one game, I think, since she made her comments. Have they won a game, Bryce, since she made her comments? I guess they did win that one game.
They beat that Missouri team that was coached by Kelly Jolly. Ironically, that's their only win. But it seems kind of weird to say they quit one week and then that they're that you like coaching them the next. That just which is it?
I think I know which one it is, Brian. How about you? We got hour number 2 on the radio coming up. 865-200-5402. The comments, the thing about the keep it all in house and what Andrea Carter said about this. The reason I played that is that it applies to any sport we watch. Any sport. When you're on that national stage, should you give your opinion? Or should you swallow it? I think if you're going to take the paycheck, I'm with Bino. You should give your opinion. I support Andrea Carter, but I also understand. What Candace Parker's saying. So we continue with more right after this.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340 WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet. Garza Law. Fifth quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree-cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols!
Newsflash, Basilio listeners, the spring real estate market just moved up. Yes, it's chilly outside and you're still in your puffy coat, but if you need to sell your East Tennessee property, you could be the hottest house on the block. Hi there. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. February is the sweetheart month of real estate, and savvy sellers know exactly what that means. Get ahead of the game and give me a call at 865-694-5904 or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols!
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today. Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
Basilio here, and my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from B. Online at carnesmotor.com. Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
Pretty pumped today. Hey, Bino, you got to admit, as we're back on hour 2, Beanstar, that Lady Vol thing is pretty illustrative of the way people feel. Like, I actually have people in the comments saying, how did she make it better by saying what she said? I never claimed she made it better. Bri, did you claim she made it better by what she said? I mean, I never. It's an interesting look-see into all the all the other ways we watch sports, because they hire these commentators, and they hire them when you get a microphone in your hand to give commentary and to lend your expertise. And what Andrea Carter said is, look, I don't have anything against this coach, but her kids aren't playing hard. And you can NIL all you want. She basically says they have a highly paid basketball team in their sport, and she's not getting it out of them. So she's either going to change the system this year, or they're going to continue to get run over and probably not win another game. That's basically what she said. She said, and then next year, you're going to be back in the same stew because you're still playing the same system and you're going to be giving up quick, fast breaks at the other end, and it's not going to work at this level, which is sort of what John Adams said. But, I mean, hey, it's her dime and her dance floor. But Andrea Carter is, she kind of given her opinion. Thoughts, Bino?
Tony, it's not her job to make the program better. It's not her job. She's not in the booster club. She's paid to be a national analyst. It's not like a former player coming on the Vol Network just as a guest and just blasting the team. That's not the same thing. Her job is to state her opinion on the state of Tennessee and every other college basketball team's team. She's doing her job.
And what I think is interesting about what Candace Parker's doing is Candace is saying, hey, you don't say it publicly. In other words, what she's saying is accurate. You just don't say it out loud.
Candace,
yeah, go ahead.
Is in broadcasting herself.
Yes.
So I'm surprised she had that take.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She did say, though, in her opinion, once you're a part of the Lady Vol program, you're always a part of it. So, in other words, her saying that out loud, she said you ought to keep it behind closed doors. So it's like, in her mind, it's like airing dirty laundry, which, again, I don't have that perspective. I've done this for 30-some-odd years, as I tell people, long enough to know better.
She is giving the perspective of what she sees. She's not behind closed doors. She's not there every day. This is what she sees when she's watching them play.
Andrew Worley said it's not surprising Candace Parker would take issue when she's got $1 million worth of skin in the game. And she also said it makes Candace Parker look a little less serious here since Andrea Carter's speaking the truth. I just think it's interesting because I think you could take that application and say it's applicable to Mark Griffin when he comes in here. That son of a gun gives you his opinion. He'll be here 24 hours from now. He gives you his opinion. And goes to basketball practice. I mean, he gives you his opinion. Lock, stock, and barrel. Some of it right, some of it, somewhere in between, some of it, whatever. Like a lot of opinions. But he gives you his opinion. I don't find Griff disloyal. Just saying. I mean, I just don't. But again, I never wore the jersey. Maybe some people do. When they hear you giving these opinions. Candace Parker is also president. I did realize this. She's president of women's basketball operations of Adidas. And we're going to be in Adidas school next year. That factors into her closed door comments. Adam Carter writes. That's true. James Pierce.
And Adam shouldn't be in here commenting on his sister's comments either.
And James Pierce says the following. Does Tony calling out Dave make him any better? I didn't call out Dave. Dave got suspended by Commissioner Bockwinkel. I've coached Dave up to be better. Now, I will say 75 minutes of Dave's commenting so far today since he's off his suspension over on YouTube says to me that I've got to do a better job with Dave. He's referred to Levi Clark as a stone-cold bust. He says our baseball coach is terrible. He said the Lady Vols won't win another game. I mean, I don't know, Bino. You think we could get the rough edges out of Nega Dave? You've known him longer than I have.
Tony, I don't think there's a foul in the world prepared to do that job. I think Dave is all in and all reactionary, and what you see is what you get.
Do you think, Bino, that Dave gets suspended again before it's over? God, the silence is deafening. Ann Wilson, 90, says the following.
Is that a 1 to 10 question?
If Andrea Carter is comfortable saying that on national television, what it means is a bunch of alums are saying it behind closed doors. I'm going to let that hang there. Brian, that's probably right, yes? I think the whole thing's interesting. I told you a couple weeks ago I was starting to watch every game because I just had an instinct that this thing was getting ready to get dramatic. And, by the way, my instincts are correct again. I told you we need to start looking at it. We need because it was going to get really interesting. There's just there's a volatility around this lady, a flammability around it that just says, watch this.
Brittany Jackson also has made some comments in various spots, so she's far from the only one who feels that way.
Sammy in the Ridge says, somehow this show has become the Nega Dave and Columbo show, and they're both wrong more times than they're right. Brian, Bino, are we having like Mike envy from our boy over in South Carolina? You know him. Or is he in North Carolina? Where is he? What Carolina are we in?
He's in South Carolina, Tony. No, I don't think there's envy there. And do you detect
Mike envy from him? Mike envy. Mike envy?
No. No. I just think that line was drawn into concrete, and it's hardened.
Back to the phones. Let's go back, and we'll get as many people in here. We're doing this quiz today because I woke up saying, what a sports weekend. So we've got the Joey football is niet. The basketball team is hotter than a firecracker. The baseball team is very much a work in progress. Kim Caldwell, you just can't look away. The hockey game yesterday was an all-time classic. And Dick Vitale, God bless him. Let's go to the phones. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
All right, Bino, Bobby. Hope you guys are well.
What's up,
Hope you had
brother?
a good weekend.
How you doing?
Really good. Thanks for asking. Wow, the Johnny Gaudreau stuff yesterday. Tony, you said you were choked up. I'm sitting there with my wife and kids and had to recuse myself from the room. I was a blubbering mess. That was pretty amazing.
I love sports, man. Where else in sports do we get that?
Yeah, and it's something about this hockey team and the women's hockey team, for the record, brought out a level of patriotism we haven't seen in our country in a while for these Olympics. I thought that was pretty neat, too, for whatever it's worth. So if we're rating that one, it's a 10 out of 10 every day.
And that
it was
kid,
awesome.
And that kid, when he got his tooth knocked out of his mouth, for him to keep playing,
incredible.
Shows you everything it means to those guys.
Jack Hughes. You know, him and his brother, it's pretty amazing that the Americans have two sets of brothers.
Yeah.
And they could have had three if Gaudreau and his brother had not perished as well.
Elanders Schick Quattro Bino says the following about you guys. I'm recusing myself from this comment. It's her job. No. She doesn't have to do it publicly. About her school. You clowns just smell blood in the water and love to stir up crap and have coaching searches. Bino, is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing, Bino? You just want to have a coaching search? Good, Bino. Fess up to it.
No, Tony, I don't care anything about a coaching search. I just think that when it's your job, it's your job.
Yep.
And it.
Let me ask Ellen Schick Quattro. Let me ask you something. I saw a police video the other day on YouTube. I like these traffic stops. And this lady pulled over a captain, and this female cop. And the captain said to her, "Do you know who I am?" And she said, "Yes, I do." She said, I need your license and I need your registration, please." And he said, "Oh, we're going to do this." And she said, "I need your license and your registration." He said, "We're really going to," now he's on film. "We're really going to do this. I need your," in other words, the implication is, if I'm going to get behind the microphone, I'm going to give you a little practical application, Ellen, so you understand this. You got to do your job. You got to do or you just recuse yourself. When they ask you about the Lady Vols, you say, you go like this on national television. But you can't sit there and lie. I mean, can you? Because it's good for the program? And I'm not sure lying is good for the program. See, Ellen, what I've done here is, because I got talent, is I've taken it and I've applied it to the football people that comment on football, across town, whatever, in the space that we're in right now, wherever they're commenting, or people that comment on basketball or the base, like Will Heflin in the baseball situation. Will Heflin's not going to color his commentary. He going to call it straight down the middle. Bobby, do you find that disloyal, what she's saying?
No, sir. Actually, I find it to be the exact opposite. Highly loyal. If you love something or someone and you have a hard truth that needs to be said, you say it. Now, behind closed doors, in front of public, I don't know. But to me, as a consumer, that says more about Candace Parker than it does Andrea Carter. That's what it says to me. It says a lot more about Candace Parker than it does Andrea Carter, and where her loyalties lie, and how she represents the truth or doesn't, potentially. Just take that for what it's worth.
It's an interesting story, though, because some people think she's a total turncoat, and they really think I'm stirring it up, when really what I'm doing is I'm illustrating a cross-sport comparison, and when you grab a microphone and they ask you your opinion, you got to give your opinion. You have to.
It's like Dane Bradshaw. Everybody knows he's a loyal Tennessee guy, but he'll tell you when they're playing bad.
Sure.
When he's commentating on them.
Sure.
I mean, that's his job. Do your job so that you can represent yourself in a way, truthfully, in public, where it's like, if you say something that's very loyal, let's say you go over the top and you're like, this is the best basketball team in Tennessee history. Let's just say something's thrown out there like that by a Tennessee person in the media. If you've always been straight down the middle, like Wes Rucker, for example, RIP, then people will believe you. and not think you're just being a homer. Some people will always be a naysayer, but most people that use, the 2 brain cells or more that they have will go, oh, well, they've always said the truth, so they must really believe this. Nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. Can I give my opinion on the baseball team, Tony? Is that okay?
How concerned are you?
It's probably a 2. I did some facts and figuring this morning. Do you know what our starting pitchers, so we technically had 4 starting pitchers this year. Do you know what our starting pitchers combined ERA is this year?
I bet it's
Have
excellent.
Any idea?
I bet it's excellent.
It's 1.29.
Woo!
In 35 innings. That's pretty good where I live, and that's what gives me that distance from 10 to 2. The 2 is I do think we're very young and we're very inexperienced, and the guys that are air quotes experienced didn't hit well this weekend, and they don't look like they're going to pull out of whatever they're in right now. But also, I know it's an early year. And can we just give some credit to Kent State and say maybe that's a really good baseball team? They look like Murray State from last year.
I said it on Saturday during the game. The thing about them is, the reason you hate seeing them, I love seeing them in my building early because it lets me know as a coach how far we have to go. And I don't have a false sense of security on who I am now. First of all, they put the ball in play on offense, so they're not out there getting a million strikeouts. So they're testing your fielding. Secondly, when they get on base, they put pressure on you because they know how to run the bases. They don't run in the outs. Thirdly, they pitch the ball to location. They know their game plan pitching wise was very good this weekend. He's right. I was really impressed with that Kent State bunch. Really impressed.
No, it is a good baseball team, guys, but they don't hit enough to be a really, really good baseball team. They rely on you allowing them to get on base without getting a hit.
Yep.
Which we did 13 times this weekend.
13 times.
13 times they had runners on base that were there without getting a hit.
You mean by base on balls or hit by pitch, Bino?
Well, yeah, he's talking about that 8th inning the other night. Yesterday, which broke the game open. They didn't hit a ball out of the infield, scored, 3 or 4 runs.
Yeah. And if you've watched Tennessee baseball for at least 4 years, unlike most of our fan base, but let's just say for 4 years or more, you realize that the Tony Vitello era and what is now the Josh Elander era, because he has the same type of players, we always struggle with teams like that too, because we don't particularly play well in the field. And frankly, a team that runs on us, even though we're holding runners much better and throwing them out much better this year, are always going to advance the bases. Think Kentucky. They always give us fits. That Kent State team is really good at baseball. If you look across college baseball last year, they're Murray State or a lesser version of Coastal Carolina, in my opinion. And lastly, as far as the basketball team, Tony, thanks for the time, by the way. Lastly, as far as the basketball team's concerned, you said harder than a firecracker. I think this team could go to the Elite Eight because Ament is becoming the guy you hoped he would be. And you actually alluded to it earlier. They are finally playing Rick Barnes' defense again. If they do that, Teddy bar the door, because they are one of the top 15 teams. Mark and Columbus right about that. So I give that a solid 8. I think really, really good chance that we go beyond the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8.
Thank you, my man. Because this team might just go ahead and win the rest of them and get that 3 seed. Alander Schick Quattro wants me to say the name correctly. What do you like, the Rights of Ricky Sanchez podcast? Alander Schick Quattro says Bobby is nothing but a yes man and a sheep. And Tony, for God's sakes, capitalize God's sake, please. You can't even pronounce Andrea. Brian, how does she say her name?
Andrea Carter.
Andrea. You can't even pronounce her name or my name correctly. Say it again, Bri.
Andrea.
Break out your
bifocal. Beautiful pronunciation of her name.
Break out your pretty good slam here. Break out your bifocals and read slowly there, Beldar. Bri, what's Beldar? What does that mean? Beldar. Bino, what's that reference to? Beldar.
I have no idea.
Is that a reference to my bald-headed look? Is that a reference to the fact that I'm handsome? Is that a reference to the fact that I'm intelligent or beautiful?
I doubt it.
Is that a beauty of face and skin reference? And are you commenting that I'm a piece of Moncandi? Is that what we're doing now?
Unlikely.
All right, let's take this piece by piece, Bri. Bobby is nothing but a yes man and a sheep. Yes or no, Bri? And Tony, for God's sakes, you can't even pronounce. Give me your name again, Bri.
Andrea.
Andrea's name or my name correctly. And then told me to break out my bifocals. You'll be glad to know, Elanders Shit Quattro, that I actually have 20/20 up-close vision. My musician friends can't believe it for my age. I can sit there and read something in a dark room. I can read a piece of sheet music. I can read like, I'm not a note reader, but I can read guitar tablature, which tells you what string and what fret and all that, like something that's real intricate. I can read that. I can read a book. I can read newspaper print. Laura hands me things all the time, like directions to things, and says, hey, what's that say? So if you must know Elanders Shit Quattro, I can read up close. And also, I can see enough to see that, in my opinion, Kim Caldwell is in some deep doo-doo. And by the way, I wasn't the one that called my team out. She was. When she called her team out, I put them on the front burner, and I said, this is going to be really fun to watch. And very
Tony,
interesting.
This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Beldar was Dan Aykroyd's Conehead character.
Let's go! Bang! You see, Elanders Shit Quattro, I give you credit where credit is due. You know, even a even a broken clock is right a couple times a day. And you had a pretty good line there. So kudos to you. This year's baseball team, according to Negative, looks like a version of last year's team minus the hitting. We played 3. We played like 5 games. Beano, do you like how we're jumping to conclusions in a large sample size sport? When, I mean, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I mean, Tony, Tennessee had an awful weekend hitting with runners in scoring position, just hitting, period. But, you know, that's just baseball. That happens over that'll happen over several weekends. But, you know, the things they have to clean up are all correctable. Yes. But what's not baseball is to hit 6 batters in game 1 and 10 on the weekend. 3 errors in game 2, 2 more yesterday. That really bad 5th inning where Kent State scored 3 runs without a hit or even hitting a ball out of the infield. And then you double that up, you know, with that 8th inning, whatever that was. Those are the kind of things that, you know, you have to clean up.
Elanders Shit Quattro wants to know what our baseball coach's name is. What is that character getting at there with Josh Elander, Brian? Who had a glow up when it was time for his job, and now he's glowed right back down again. But Bino learned what a glow up was from when Josh Elander glowed up. So now Bino can recognize glow ups when he's out on the street. Because whenever people become, you know, in life, like, you know, you're in a relationship or whatever, you're married, then you're not, you know, they're one of those deals. Once you're not, you kind of get in that glow up stage again. And then once you get kind of caught, then you're back in the glow down stage. You know what I mean? I mean, you kind of feel me there? And by the way, I like to think that my head is shaped perfectly for its purposes. So big brain up in there. Big, huge, almost like a supercomputer. Some would say there's a chip in there. Bino, would you agree with that? Some would say it's a chip.
Yes, I would say that's right.
Back to the phone.
One in your head.
When is Dave taking me out to lunch? Hey, listen, Fleet Pete, I'm getting ready to eat my lunch. I don't want to think about things that have me lose my appetite. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
Andrea, woo, enough of that.
What is that?
I'm doing the sun rays, Tony.
Bino, you have any idea what he's doing? There's a song called Andrea by the Sun Rays, Bino?
I had no idea, but I know I'll take Bill's word for it.
Sounded like Ric Flair's cover version. Do it again for me with the woo. Do it again.
Okay.
And I want, hang on. I'm going to encourage right now. Let me say the name properly here. Say the name. I say the name. Alander Shit Quattro. Listen up. Titans Bill's going to now serenade you. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay. Andrea.
No, it's Andrea. Don't say Andrea. Why are you mispronouncing it? You're going to be accused of mispronouncing her name. You said Andrea properly the first time. What is wrong with you?
I'll do it. I'll do it again. Andrea.
No, Bill, that's not her name. It's Andrea. You did it properly the first time. I'm trying to keep you from getting ripped by this person on YouTube, and you're going to get ripped, Bill.
Okay. Andrea. Woo. Andrea. Okay, enough of that.
Do you have any idea, Brian Hartman, what is happening to this show right now?
What did I just hear?
He sounded like...
What did I just listen to?
He sounded like Ric Flair on one of those commercials for the people that fix your car, the car shield.
Tony, that was the big hit by the Sun Rays 60 years ago, the year when you came into this world. But it was Andrea.
Andrea. Do it again. One more time. Andrea.
Woo!
Can we go back to doing the tomahawk chop?
Bino, if you're listening to this show for the first time, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking there likely won't be a second.
That's a great
one. Okay, Tony, can I comment on something, please?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. And I know you're going to self-destruct me for making this comment, but I'm going to make it. Hey, Tim Caldwell, my nephew Jesse put on a better performance than your crappy basketball team did. And I mean, last Friday, he brought it long and he brought it strong.
Hey, Bino?
Yes.
Do I blow him out?
So go ahead and self-destruct me.
All right, I will. Let's get our next call in. Hello, you're on the air.
Is that a self-destruct, Tony, when you hit the button on him?
I guess. I mean, he asked for it. So, Bill, you self-destructed today on the air. Let's get our next call in. Hi, welcome in. Welcome to the show.
Tony, Bino, I don't know what to say after that. Willful self-destruction, thank goodness. Titans Bill is better off working on his list of hottie and wheelchairs above 90.
I love Billy.
He's a character, Tony. Tony, I'll say baseball for last, but I would give Kim a 7.5. The only reason I wouldn't give her a 9 or higher is she does seem to be coached by someone, because she sure changed her tune with the media post that apocalyptic press conference.
Yeah, she takes coaching. I like that. May we all take coaching like that.
Tony and Bino I'm sure Bino noticed this. She also acknowledged that she enjoyed coaching this team sans Barker. She didn't say that, but she suspended Barker, didn't make the trip. That's pretty telling about what she thinks of Barker.
Well, my thing is this. Look, in the NIL era, you're seeing a lot of coaches do this. It's not just her, which we've acknowledged on the air here. The NIL era is just a completely different kettle of fish. And the truth is, she was not the first. She won't be the last. Teams, these head coaches getting up now and ripping these kids is something that's going to continue to happen. Can you imagine how frustrating it must be for these coaches?
Well, I would say that had a huge impact of Vitello making his decision. I think it would have made it anyway, but let's face it, the headaches of NIL,
yes,
revenue share, having to buy players, rent players, that's no fun.
No.
That's no fun at all. But
nope.
Anyway, Tony, I have about a 5 on the baseball team. This is early season baseball. I give the pitchers yesterday a pass. I saw every inning at LNS this weekend. It was spitting snow flurries literally yesterday at Lindsey Nelson. It is hard to pitch in 31-degree, feel like weather of 20 with a steady wind. I'll give them a pass on the pitching. No excuses on Saturday. Great weather Friday as well. We saw great pitching, starting pitching. Tony, there's a huge hole in Levi Clark's swing. I like the kid. Hopefully, it's fixable. But the book is out on him. You do not throw Levi Clark a below-the-belt fastball. That uppercut swing plane, he cannot catch up to above-the-belt fastball, and they are wearing him out on it.
Is he going to be dropped in the lineup before it's over? Because you can't hit that kid 4 with that hole in his bat, can you guys? You just can't do that.
Yeah, you got to drop him down to at least 6, maybe 7 until he figures it out.
Yes.
But I don't think you have too many other options. I think Elander's going to live or die with Levi. And again, Levi's a smart kid. I think that's correctable. But right now, I mean, that's just a problem. Other issue is, Stone, I've been a little surprised by his poor defense, pass balls, and inaccurate throws. They got to get that fixed stat.
Is that
that's
the cold?
A glaring weakness.
Is that the cold?
It wasn't Friday and Saturday.
Well, that's a good point. No, Bino, he has a pretty good point what Wallace said, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I wonder when the kid that's injured gets back,
Garrett
Wright. I'm wondering if he isn't going to be the catcher.
Well, I don't know how long that injury, I just don't see him back for at least a few more weeks. And but he's fully healthy. Garrett Wright's an exceptional catcher. Defensive skills,
defensive player of the year, right? In the MAC.
Yeah, and anybody that switches between center field and catcher, they're athletic. He actually has plus speed, great defense, and decent bat. Then you have to move Lawless to DH. But I think Lawless is fixable. He's also Elander's guy. He's one of the few team leaders. So I don't see him going anywhere, but I think Wright will get an opportunity behind the plate. Last thing, if they're able to make Amick and Fisher serviceable at third base, I have no doubt they'll do the same with Henry Ford. He's athletic, but it's going to take some more reps. He's a fish out of water right now at third base. And then here's one thing that was interesting: every player on that Kent State team wears an arm guard, elbow guard. Mm-hmm. They all sit tight to the plate. Mm-hmm. They led the MAC in hit by pitches. Tennessee never adjusted to that, and I think we ended up with north of 10 hit by pitches for the weekend, which has to be a modern day record.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 10. We hit 10 batters.
But on the positives, I'll tell you what, Jay Abernathy at leadoff, that's long overdue. He's built to be the leadoff hitter.
Yes.
He's got that plus speed. I think you'll see him there the rest of the foreseeable future.
I love seeing him laying down a bunt. I love seeing him laying down a bunt, guys. I love it.
Well, listen, my concern is, the team fed off Vitello's passion and fire. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't see that passion and fire in too many players. You know who I see it in? I see it in Tegan Coons. I see it in Landon Mack, but you need it more than just a once-a-week pitcher. But I'm seeing some hopes of that in Jay Abernathy. He's got that dog in him. But I worry a little bit about that spark. It's way too early to make any conclusions. But a lot of times teams emulate their manager. Elander is as even kill as they come. That's pluses and a lot of, but it's also who's going to get that team fired up. I don't know. A leader needs to emerge, and the only thing I'm seeing right now in terms of a spark is Abernathy.
Thank you.
Lots of baseball to be played, a lot of potential. Tony, last stat I'll give you, and this is why I've always had an asterisk on this team. They are 13th in the SEC out of 16 teams with level of experience as in plate appearances and returning innings pitched. 167th in the country. This is a really inexperienced team that's going to have to get a lot better, and they likely will. GBO, Tony.
And they get the big spotlight on them this weekend down in Tejas. What was crazy is the bases were loaded with no outs yesterday in the 8th. This is where the game broke open, right? You went hit by pitch, RBI ground out, couldn't turn double play, then a throwing error on a steal of second that went into center field. 3 runs on no hits, did not hit a ball out of the infield. Now, one thing's true about the sport of baseball, early, late, or whenever, you're just not going to win games like that. And the thing about that Kent State bunch is, he's right. They crowd the plate. They're not afraid to lean into pitches, take pitches, and it was freezing cold yesterday. Did you guys see the ball that slipped out of Krenzel's hands?
Yeah, just spiked it.
I mean, you know it's brutally cold when that's going on. But we'll go back to our phones. 865-200-5402.
Tony, I know college baseball is a whole lot different than Major League Baseball.
Yep.
And Taylor made a bunch of really good comments. To me, all that rah-rah stuff has about as little to do with baseball as any sport in the world. You know how you get fired up? Send a couple of guys up there and swing the damn bat. That's how you get fired up. And we didn't do it all weekend.
865-200-5402. We continue with more. It's 865-2. All lines are jammed as we continue with more on your other side. By the way, late night for us tomorrow night. Can you believe this? 9 o'clock start. Bino says he wants to sit in on Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime, which obviously or pretty much could turn into midnight madness before it's over, right?
Yeah, I'll catch the end of it, Tony, when I wake up in the morning.
Elander Shit Quattro. Talk about a sheep. Taylor. ... Good night. Hey, Elander Shit Quattro. I kind of like you. You're kind of my kind of person.
Taylor gave he was at a 5. That's way higher than I thought.
Taylor is a sheep. Are you currently a residential electrician? Would you like more benefits, better pay, more upside? What about a $3,000 signing bonus? Free company-paid health insurance, annual profit share, company vehicle, gas card, much more. Call Advent Electric today. Advent, known for their large commercial jobs around town, and due to high demand, they're adding additional roles for their residential department. Maybe you know a friend, family member that's a residential electrician. Spread the word. Email hr@adventelectric.com. hr@adventelectric.com. 865-588-0631 and ask for the Tony B 3K signing bonus. Advent Electric is hiring. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dos with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care, I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Basilio here with my buddy, Connexio Kristen.
Hey Tony, good to see ya. Connexio builds fleet technology that helps transportation and logistics companies win big. Live GPS, easy ELD and compliance tools, AI dash cameras, and asset tracking, all backed by the /1 U.S. customer support team. Want a better playbook for your operations? Visit Connexio.com/Tony. That's KONEXIAL.com/Tony. Connexio, built for drivers, trusted by fleets, and proud Vol fans.
Tony Basilio here, and I got the great Chad Stockton of FC Alliance 2026. Chad, do you believe we've made it?
Boys and girls teams start off the new year at big national event showcases. We got our younger kids training indoors and doing a lot of things to get better. So we're excited about what the future holds.
Chad, I hear the juice behind you. I hear the kids. Your program reaches throughout East Tennessee. If folks want to get involved, what's the advice?
We're easy to get in touch with. We offer players at all ages, all levels, all experience. We have a program for all of our kids that we have, and we're excited for anyone to join us.
And even some Lady Vols as well. Several college players all over the country, yes?
Absolutely. We had a lot of girls that we were able to watch play in the NCAA tournament. A lot of our former players made big runs through the tournament. We're so excited for them.
Growing the beautiful game. In this, the year of the World Cup in North America, celebrate the beautiful game. Get your child involved. FCAllianceKnox.org. That's FCAllianceKnox.org. And Chad, thank you, man. Keep growing the beautiful game.
Absolutely, Tony, and thank you very much.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's
Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
From the sunrise over the Smokies to the Saturday cheers at Neyland Stadium, Knoxville isn't just where we live, it's home. But let's be honest. Finding your perfect spot in a hot market can feel like a full-time job. Whether you're looking for a Craftsman in 4th and Gill, a family home in Farragut, or a view in South Knox, the market moves fast. You need more than a listing. You need an edge. And that's where I come in, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. And I specialize in helping Knoxville buyers win. I don't just find houses, I find the right fit for your budget and your lifestyle. Ready to unlock your front door? Visit nextmovesmokymountains.com or call me at 865-694-5904. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com. And as always, go Vols.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
You know, if we had a music group, as I welcome you back, we call our music group the Knee Jerks. Because a lot of you are really jerks. And you love the knee-jerk reaction. Milltown asks a great question. Do we have people already giving up on this baseball team? Are they the same folks that gave up on Nate Ament in November? Do people not learn? Sports are a process. And as my friend Darren taught me, who's taken Bino under wings and trying to give Bino a better perspective on baseball, I don't know if he's going to succeed. We'll find out.
I'm pretty old, Tony. Pretty hard-headed.
Are players allowed to get better? Are people allowed to get better? That goes for all of us. All of us. People are allowed to get better, right? Players allowed to get better? Teams allowed to get better? Didn't Tony Vitello, I told a friend of mine this last night, he screamed at me. Oh, you're going to say that. He says, it's gone. The magic is gone. Tony's gone. I'm like, wait a second here. What was so magical about losing? How many series, Bri? SEC series? Give me the magic in this. Go ahead, Bri.
I believe they lost their last 5 SEC series in a row to wrap up last season.
I mean, do we just forget about that? Like, did Tony they just ran out there and just ran on they just had a magic carpet and they just rode it?
They only won 1 SEC series at home last year, I think.
I mean, did we forget about that? Is there a chance, like Taylor said, that Tony just said, you know what? Which is why you got to give Barnesy a lot of credit for you barnstormers out there that can't wait to get rid of this guy. Is there a chance that Tony just looked at the era and said, you know what? I don't want to coach unprofessional sports. Kind of like what Kim Caldwell's doing. They have to coach unprofessional sports. That's what this is. I mean, you go get a collection of players. If they buy in great. If they don't, you're up the creek without a paddle. You tell me. And what are you supposed to do if you're a coach and they don't buy in? Like Andrea is saying, what is your recourse? I mean, I feel for these coaches. Aside from the money they're making, they're all getting filthy rich. Great card to college hoops tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go claim your VIP play welcome bonus. First bet, $20. You get $100 in bonus bets instantly over at VIP play. The promo code and the phrase that pays is TN Tony, TN Tony.
They're live always, 200-plus leagues, numerous bet types, props, options. Bri, do you watch TGL? Do you watch the Indoor Golf League, Bri? Are you for it or against it?
Never have. Didn't even know about it.
You've never watched it when they play on the simulator? You haven't watched it?
If I did, I'd quickly change the channel.
Brian, as they say in the trade, you're a punk and a clown. You need to tune that in, man. It's good theater. Anyway, you can bet on the TGL. You can bet on the PGA. You can bet on some MMA. You can bet on it all. But you can bet you're going to get treated like a VIP at VIP Play. Where if you have a gambling problem, 800-889-9789, 21 and over, located in the great state of Tennessee, to place a bet. Let's go back to the phones. On a day where we've had a bunch of people mix it up, we're having fun today. I'm getting a little dirty in here. It's kind of fun. Let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on our, what is today? Monday edition.
How are my French compatriots doing today?
There he is, shining like the sun in the middle of the day.
Tony, I watch that fake golf about as much as Bino watches some basketball league where the names of the teams are the Lunar Owls, the Vinyl, the Breeze, and the Mist.
And what league is that? The Mist and the Vinyl Owls?
It's called some unrivaled league. I don't know anything about it. They got standings in the USA Today.
That's a
called women's basketball.
Yep, that's a 3-on-3 league, W. Lennon. You need to give it a chance. That's a 3-on-3 league.
Oh, good grief. No, I'm not giving that a chance. But first thing I want to do, man, I just want to celebrate the gold medal in hockey.
Wow.
I saw the other one when I was 24, and it was on tape delay, and I got up at 7:30. I got fired up. I had my flags ready, the small versions.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony, I apologize if I pronounce his name wrong. I didn't know about your Philadelphia Flyer, Goudreau, that died so horribly, and that drunk driver hit him and his brother.
Yeah, he didn't play for the Flyers, but he
oh, he didn't? He was just from Philly?
Yeah, he's from that area. That's right. When it happened,
okay,
it was a terrible, unbelievable, huge story there because where he got hit was sort of on a back road, and he was home with his brother. They were home for their sister's wedding, and it happened right before the wedding. Can you imagine what that family went through, what they've been through?
So, I mean, when they brought his kids out there on the ice for the picture with his jersey, I did start crying. I'll admit that. I mean, I lost it, you know, and I mean, what are we going to, Tony, are we going to call it the Hellebuck miracle or the miracle in Milan?
It
what
was
do you
unbelievable.
Think will catch on?
Here's the thing about him, W. Lynn. The whole rap on him is why I love sports. The whole rap on him is he can't play in the playoffs. The only reason the United States won that game yesterday, the only reason was because that guy stood on his head and played like he was unbelievable. He was out of his mind. I'm so happy for him because I'll never be able to take that gold medal away from him. The gold medal award-winning William Patterson's on the way next. We sit here and kick it around.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
W. Lynn, they cannot take it away from that Hellebuck guy. And all those American kids, you can tell how much they love each other. You can tell when you watch that game yesterday how much those kids love each other.
I mean, when they gave him the gold medal and then they raised the flag, I stood up, put my hand over my heart, and sung the Star Spangled Banner with them. I was just that fired up.
I mean,
and the second thing that got me fired up this weekend was that Vandy game.
Yep.
And I watched it with some of the Carver family and friends.
God bless the Carvers.
We had a blast, and Bino, we got something started in your name. There was a lot of people there that listened to this show, and when Vandy hit one of those first 3-pointers, I said, that's a shot from Bino's Church League. And we said it about 3 more times. I had everybody in there yelling, that's a Bino Church Leaguer shot.
Well, you just reminded me of something. Hey, Bino, you better get in touch with your friends at Spurgeon Chapel because Berg's getting ready to get pulled out of that league, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. Berg's had 3 games with just really, really good minutes. I'm happy for him.
Yep.
Happy for him.
Yep.
He's going to be a factor down the stretch here.
Yeah, we were calling him Iceberg. He's in there. You know, he's cool as ice right now. And we had, like I said, we got 2 stars, but we got 8 other players. Somebody is, if they step up, a few of them every game were okay. And that was just a good old-fashioned basketball game. And, Tony, I never heard any reports of anybody that went that said how much orange was in there.
A bunch was my report. I don't have a number, but those Tennessee fans at the end were really, really taunting the Vandy fans that were there, waving goodbye to them, giving them the downward V. Vandy Joe, anchor down, anchor down, anchor down. Question
right
for you.
behind the Tennessee bench, it looked like it was all orange.
Question for you. Because some sit like, and some sit the old, never mind. All right. I got to ask a question here.
Okay.
I got to ask a question here. Did anybody see the video that went viral? Because W. Lynn, I got to ask you about this. On the porch at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, the guy that almost lit the entire world on fire. Did y'all see the grill out there? Bino, did you see
No,
it?
I didn't see that.
All right.
I did not.
I got to tell you something as a matter of procedure, and I think W. Lynn will back me up here. Those gas grills they provide people with on those porches are, how do you say this?
A complete safety hazard.
Thank you. W. Lynn said it, I didn't. But what they are is they're counterintuitive. You think you're turning the gas down in most other grills, and on those grills, you're actually turning the gas up. Laura last year almost lit her head on fire. We were cooking hamburgers. W. Lynn, am I kidding about those grills?
No, you're not.
The flame comes shooting right. Danny, we need some new grills in the outfield, brah. I mean, we're charging like $50,000 for these people out here for the season. You kind of need some new grills. They're like flamethrowers, W. Lynn.
Even when they're working properly and there's kids up there, I worry about those kids just touching it and burning.
I'm telling you, W. Lynn, the flame was shooting sky high off that thing.
I thought you were going to bring up the airtime jinx he got on the porch.
Nah, his head's already big enough. I don't need to fluff him. I don't need to fluff Jenkins.
But who do you have up there? I've gone.
He's hanging out with Hunter Ensley. You've already forgotten.
Yeah, Hunter Ensley. It was great to see him. That's who he had up there.
And you were up there and all the sheep.
No, I wasn't up there.
Your
but
flag was there. Your flag was there.
We have a permission slip, and I sign it, and they get to take the flag.
Unbelievable, Andy.
And only him and a man named Flame can touch it and bring it home. It almost got stolen a couple years ago.
I remember that. Were you there when it almost got stolen from you?
I wasn't there the day it almost got stolen.
What would you have done if they had called you and said that because they had to run the kid down? Somebody tackled him from behind, one of the youngsters.
One of the employees that we were in good with, he ran the guy down and basically tackled him and threatened to punch him out if he didn't get...
Yeah, I think it was young Luke that took the guy and got him to the ground. And
if I'd have heard that it was gone, I'd have been deaf. That year we won the national title.
Say,
but
so W. Lynn, you're telling me that yesterday on television there was a Tennessee baseball star and Hunter Ensley?
A Tennessee baseball star and Hunter Ensley. What's that mean?
That's right. Yeah.
What's that mean, Beno?
That means he could remember Craig Jenkins, but he couldn't remember Hunter.
Oh, I gotcha. He couldn't remember Hunter's name. I gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, a star named Hunter Ensley. Yeah, I kind of just went.
We all do it, W. Lynn.
It flew over. You best diving out of the batter's box.
Can I comment on the Lady Vols?
Please.
From 1965 until 85, I was always the 12th man, the 6th man, the 10th or 11th man. And then from 85 to 95, I worked in the Sports Information Director office with the great Bud Ford and the late great Haywood Harris. I always did feel like I was an arm of the Ministry of Propaganda. that everything that came out public had to be pro-UT. I think Andrea Carter could have worded that a little bit better, but I agree with Candace Parker because we're always recruiting portal, high school. You notice I said portal more, but it's still all recruiting. And anything that a star like her says it's too negative is going to hurt that aspect of us getting more and better players.
Bino, what do you say to that? W. Lynn stating his case. Bino, what do you say?
W. Lynn, I think in both instances, you're serving the paycheck. Obviously, if you're drawing money from the University of Tennessee Sports Information Department, you can't be out there ripping the team. If you're drawing money as a national sports analyst, you shouldn't be serving the University of Tennessee Sports Information Department. You should be serving the people that you work for. And Andrea Carter did that, in my opinion.
How about that,
I just wish she'd have done it in a little bit of a different way. But I can see both points. I can see both sides of the story.
It's a very interesting thing to talk about for that reason, W. Lynn, because it cuts across all sports.
And one more shout out I got to give. Yep. I don't watch Charles Barkley and them that much, but I turned in at late night Saturday, and he pumped up the Olympic USA hockey team.
Yep.
And the next day he was wearing a USA jersey.
I love Barkley.
He was all pro USA winning that gold medal, and that and beating Vandy just made my day. And baseball, I'm not that worried about, like one caller said, until basketball's over. That's the way I look at it.
W. Lynn, you're the man, and I love you.
Great show, guys. Keep it up.
Thank you. Incredible phone call.
If not for those church league shots Vandy hit, or they just pulled them out of there, you know what?
Yeah.
That's a comfortable win for the ball.
Oh, my gosh.
That's an easy win. They probably win by double figures.
On a day when Ament goes 3 of 13 from the field and can't grip the basketball for some reason. How about when Ament Bino's fumbling that ball and it's down around his ankles, and he just rises up from 15 and just coolly sticks that J. It might have been more like 17. Such a beautiful shot, man.
He made all his free throws. He's been excellent at the free throw line.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
And he got 9 rebounds on a day when he wasn't handling the ball very well.
Jonesy 404 asks a great question. What would Pat Summitt say if she was retired and working a broadcast? Watching that slop yesterday? Shit. What would she say? What wouldn't she say about that? The way they don't get back on deep. Shit. Yeah. Problem with her deal is, I don't know if you could do Pat Summitt in this era, Bino. Bring the car home and make people run till they puke. When you bring the bus home, I don't know. You can do that these days.
Yeah, I think the greatest of the great, which she was, would figure a way.
No, you're right. But then again, the Sabins and the guy at Duke, some of those guys just said, that's it for me.
Yeah, now, she might not want to have any part of it.
That's
but
right.
If she decided to be a part of it, she'd be successful at it.
Let's go back to the phones, get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, welcome in.
Oh, good man. Hey, Bino, it's Richard.
Hey, Richard, how are you?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. A little cold outside, but the sunshine still makes it feel all right. So, it's still February, so we can't expect it to be 60s all the time, right? So, but besides that, first of all, Tony, wonderful questions you posed, the various things. First of all, baseball. I'm not worried. Yes, there's a lot of mistakes made by that baseball team. But one thing that I did see, Tony, out of the starting pitching, a lot of swing and miss. And when you have a weekend ERA the way they had it and all the swing and miss, boy, that's a lot of positive they just had all the base on balls and the plunk batters a little bit there, if they can work that out. And but I'll take a pitching staff that has a lot of swing and miss all day long going into the season. The batting now, a little worried on that. We did leave a lot of runners, didn't move runners, had an opportunity to score a lot of runs from third base with less than 2 outs, and we failed miserably at that, putting the ball correctly in play, various things. But again, early in the season, so my 1 to 10, I'm at basically a 1. Put it that way.
Yeah, I think definitely that's the case for Richard. The starting pitching is going to keep them. They're going to give them a chance to win just about any series they play.
Oh, absolutely, Brian, and Arvidsson looked good in his debut. So no, I love it, and there's a few pitchers that came in and struggled in the code and stuff, but that's all right, man. We'll see how this thing continues to work itself out. I have a feeling, like I said, very talented team, very inexperienced team, so I'm not worried right now. I'm looking forward to it. I think they're going to come back this coming weekend, and they'll give UCLA everything they can handle on that opening game.
It's going to be a great test for them. That UCLA shortstop is going to be one of the top picks in the Major League Baseball draft. I'm going to tell you right now, I love him. L to the U to the V. That is an awesome college baseball player.
Yep. Oh yeah. They seem to have a good team. Very experienced, and that's one thing about the Kent State team. Again, they were just such a veteran team that's played together for years, and it showed in the weekend. Again, they didn't come in looking at the UT name or anything like that. They came in to play ball and they executed their game plan. But again, it was a lot of mistakes that Tennessee made that helped them win that, and they know that. They just didn't. It's not like they came in and they ripped the ball off the cover off the ball, Tony, and our pitching was just being lit up, because they didn't. It was a lot more mistakes and stuff like that. But like I said, I like the swing and miss that I saw out of the pitching staff and a lot. So always big positive when you got swing and miss pitchers.
Richard, you're the man. Anything else for us?
Well, I am a big Lady Vol fan, Tony. I've been watching the Lady Vols. I've watched about every game they've been on TV. I watch it on SEC Network Plus when a lot of people can't get and watch it. And let me tell you something. I'm just going to give it to my point of view, and going back to Kim's comments a couple of weeks ago on her team quitting. Tony, her team did quit. Her team, she's got some players that are embarrassing themselves in that university, and I don't blame her for calling them out. It's pathetic, some of the effort some of these kids who are getting paid have decided to put on the court and what they're doing. And here's the thing. They might not like playing her style, but you know what? They sure didn't mind signing up to play this style and taking the money they got, and for them to quit. And so, to me, I understand Kim is, she has a lot of fire in her belly. She expects a lot out of these kids, and she's not afraid to show her emotions. And can she word some things a little better? All right, you can work on that. She's still a very, very young coach. Because this is how I look at where she's at right now at UT Lady Vols basketball. She was 2 minutes away from having the team in the Elite Eight last year, in which they could have made it to the Elite Four, to the Final Four. They were that close with that team.
There you go.
That team, Tony, bought in completely and gave her everything. This team has done the complete opposite. And so there is a lot of ground in the middle here that there's still, you got to continue to build and find kids, talented kids who do and don't mind playing. And here's one other mistake I think Kim will even admit that she made before the season began. She did not work them as hard in the off season as she did the previous team. And I think she knows she made that mistake, that this team didn't get in condition the way that her previous team did, because she wore the other team out in conditioning to get them ready for the season. And So, it's showing a little bit, and some of the girls. And again, like I said, I put it on the majority of it on the players because, again, you're getting paid and they're quitting. It's the same. Look what's going on at Kansas, Tony. You don't think that high-paid kid is quitting on his team and is causing disruption in the locker room
coaches,
for them to go?
Yep, all these coaches. But, Richard, thank you. I wouldn't do it for all
I'd love to draw Kansas in the tournament because,
you're exactly right. Let's go back to our phones. Richard with a great call there. Great call. The weird thing about Kim Caldwell is she did a much better job with somebody else's players than her own. She picked this team. They're very highly paid. I mean, that's kind of on her. You bring in some turds, that's kind of your judgment, not mine. But interesting stuff. Sammy asks, Tony, were you eating Pop-Tarts earlier? No, I eat the same thing every day. It's you take some wraps that you can get like at the end of any supermarket in the world, okay? And it's like flats, but they're wraps, I use a certain brand. I'll bring them down here one day and show you. But I found this really just incredible pizza sauce. It's got a little hot honey in it. And you take a little pizza sauce, you put your oven on 450. You get a baking stone that you use to cook, breads on, certain things, baking stone. I call it the Renzai stone. There was a player one time that played a high school game that I did. Somebody might remember him. He was a highly recruited player. I want to say he was in Lebanon. But back then I had a Yankee accent and I called it Lebanon. Bino in the booth, and somebody walked up to me and said, this is Lebanon, not Lebanon. So I was at Lebanon.
It's in the Middle East, Tony.
I was at Lebanon.
This is Maury County or whatever.
Anyway, so I call the thing a Renzai stone because that was his name, Renzai. I say, sweetie, where's the Renzai stone? And she'll look at me. Just like there was a guy named, there was a guy that played offensive line 30 or so years ago whose mother had a rather adventurous name for him, Benadryl. And I tell Laura when I want to take a Benadryl at night, I'm going to take a Benadryl Franklin to this day. Do you do anything? Do you do anything like that, Bino, or you? I call things by like a Benadryl Franklin, a BDF I call Benadryl, and then the Renzai stone. Like I have sports names for things in my life. Anyway, so you put the oven at 450 bake. You get a 3-cheese Mexican blend. You can get Sargento's really good. Any of that stuff will work though. You kind of, mix it around and then cook that for 28 minutes till it's just good and crispy and brown, and you take them and fold them over. And it looks like processed food, but it's not. You're eating something really delicious. Now, if I'm really feeling healthy and feel like I really need a little whatever, because every once in a while you need a little whatever, I'll take feta cheese. Briar, are you a feta cheese guy? And I'll make those pizza with feta.
Yeah, I do like feta cheese. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm a big connoisseur of certain kinds of cheeses. I like feta. Bino, are you a feta guy?
Not much, Tony. Not much on feta cheese.
Really? That surprises me. When you went to New York, did they put feta cheese in things, Bino, when you were up there?
I didn't ask them not to, Tony. So,
Bino, did you notice that the pizza up in New York tastes different? because of the water up there, the table water up there. There's a belief that it makes the pizza taste different. Did you notice that?
Yeah, there's a belief that all the breads are different because of the water there, Tony. I think bread in general is better in New York than other places that I've been.
Bino,
I will agree to that.
Bino, is the chat on YouTube making you laugh today as you peer at it during the show?
Tony, I love the chat when I'm listening, but I don't read it when I'm on the air.
Rapper Andy's in here, and somebody said, "Are you out of jail?" That was SS Aguilar, a.k.a. Antigua, because Don from Sweetwater called the show the other day and said that Joey Aguilar just got thrown out on the bases, and he was talking about Antigua, and he called him Aguilar the whole call. So now we're calling Antigua Aguilar the rest of the year. And somebody jumped in as well and launched on Richard. They're launching on me today. Let's see. Somebody cracked on Richard. Tony needs to do a cooking show, rapper Andy said about me. He's cracking on me. East Tennessee said, "I'll bet Richard could tell you how to make the best pizza in the world." Cracking on Richard. I mean, Bino, why do these people launch on everybody? Why do they launch on everybody, Bino?
Oh, it's a missile site on there now. I mean, they're just...
Everybody. How about that person coming in there earlier today and just blasting me over that Lady Vol stuff? Saying that I'm like trying to sow discord, Bino.
You're the perfect guy to read that, Tony. You got the thickest skin anybody that I know.
That's a ridiculous charge. And then compare
It's probably the reason I don't read it while I'm on.
And called me a conehead.
Yeah, they called you Beldar.
Conehead. And then Titans Bill got on and sung that damn song. Andrea, woo, 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 woo. What in the hell was that? Hello and welcome in.
Bill, greatest hits.
Hello, you're on the air.
Tony Maury Hanks.
Hey Mo, how you doing?
So I listened before this show jumped the shark. I was listening to it early when you talked about the young lady on ESPN, and then I had to make some calls, and then I wanted to call back, and I've been on hold.
What do you make about that? What do you make of it?
Well, I will tell you that in a minute. But number one, if we can never hear the gentleman sing again. Number two, W. Lynn may be one of the only 8 people in America that still reads the USA Today. You didn't say anything about that, but when he said that he read the USA Today, it was like, oh boy. But I am supportive of what that lady did. When you take a paycheck from somebody, you work for them and you have to give your opinion. Now, the only thing I would say is if she was in a meeting, a closed door meeting, and she heard someone say, hey, we're going to do this, she shouldn't do that. But if she's given her opinion, like I believe you talked about earlier in the show, that's what they pay her for. I know she played at the University of Tennessee, but I've got a lot of friends that used to be coaches that get paid by different people, if it's ESPN or CBS or Fox. They want them to speak the truth. They don't want them to, take it easy. They want them to take the truth. If not, they can get somebody else to do that.
Well, and she's getting ripped, though, which is kind of an interesting thing. And then Candace Parker doesn't disclose, Mario, when she's criticizing her that, hey, I'm tied to Adidas basketball here and I'm helping them recruit, which is, by the way, part of the picture, too, here.
Oh, without question. And again, that goes to the, and Tennessee got fantastic fans, maybe one of the top 5 fan bases in the country for all their sports. And I could see them, being upset at her. But like I said, just from an outsider looking in that's, again, been around college basketball 40 years, and I think I know a little bit of the media business, she's getting paid to give her opinion.
No doubt about it. Thank you, Mo. Hey, Mo, it was great hanging out with you Saturday.
Yep, that was a good time, and we'll do it again soon.
Love. The great Maury Hanks calling in. Bino, we're really having fun. Beldar is a great line, isn't it? I didn't know what it was. I wasn't familiar with the cone. I've forgotten all about the cone heads.
I had two, Tony. I had to look it up. I looked it up and saw it.
Awesome line. Okay. Awesome line. One thing about me is I will laugh at myself, with myself, to myself. I will talk to myself. I will do that. I will audibly walk around my house and talk to myself. Bino, you ever do that?
I do not do that, Tony. I think to myself, but I don't make it oral.
That's what Tim Parker says. Show suggestions.
Oh, man.
Show suggestions. Let's have some wives of former Vols on. Boy, that's a great social. Hey, Bino, you want to be on that show? Get some wives, some former Vols on? You want to do that show?
No, Tony, I do not.
Back to our phones we go. Hello and welcome on in. You're on the air. Hi.
Gino Muppet.
Oh my gosh. Bri, thoughts?
We're playing all the hits today, Tony.
Bri, thoughts on that? Give me Barbara Doley's voice. What would Barbara Doley say about that caller, Bri? Where did Bri go?
He's a loser from hell.
He's such a dumb guy.
On a payphone.
He's such a dumb guy. Bino, you know what's sad about him? He could have been a contender, that guy. Could have been a great caller. Got a great wit about him.
He's a stalker.
He was a great caller.
A great caller. Funny, witty, just could not stop. Dave, Nega Dave, listen. You gotta learn, Nega Dave. That's what you gotta learn, okay? You gotta learn to harness it. You gotta learn to harness it. You gotta always think to yourself before you press that go button, should I send this? You always got to think when you're on hold, should I say this? I just want to coach you up. That's how you'll stay out of the tape cutout that we send weekly to Commissioner Bockwinkel's office. You'll stay out of that cutout, Dave. You always got to think, because that caller there never, ever thought to himself, should I say this on the air? Should I send this email? Am I wrong, Beanstar? That poor guy. He's got suspended from every radio show, and every radio show in the States got him suspended, I think, except for Bill King. Poor guy. Yeah, I don't want to drag you in the middle of it, Bino, so you get it cussed out on email later. Never mind. Back to our phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, it's Jason from Missouri.
Hey, Jason in Mizzou. Good to talk to you, my friend. Are you making the show tomorrow night?
For what are we talking about, Tony? I'm at a loss.
The Missouri game. The Vols play in Missouri.
Oh, I'll be able to watch it, yeah.
Are you going?
I'm in southern Missouri.
You're not going to go?
No, that's like a 3.5-hour trip for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I thought you were closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at a map, I'm closer to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and St. Louis than I am that part of the state.
Okay, so you're over there where the throwing rolls are. Okay.
Yeah, about 90 minutes north of that place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good estimation. Here's what I was going to call about. I was listening to a little earlier. W. Lynn, if you think Unrivaled is really not compelling, remember this much. CBS Sports has the rights to Major League Table Tennis. And yes, it is a professional table tennis league. So hold off before you rip on Unrivaled.
Exactly.
Just saying, I can agree with you on the names.
And check
but
this
come
out.
on.
I ripped. I watched National Lacrosse League last night. Laura said, my God, like that to me. She walked by me and I was watching Sweating some lacrosse, and she said, what in the world, man?
What did you think of it, Tony?
Lacrosse?
Yeah, the lacrosse itself is fine. I'm talking about their league. What did you think of it?
National League Lacrosse, it's all right. It's okay. You know, the problem with it is it's like a lot of these kind of startup leagues. It's only popular in a few markets,
and it's just a money loser everywhere else. But I'm a sportsman. I can see the value in everything.
See, I kind of fell into it because here in St. Louis in the 80s, we had Major League Indoor Soccer.
Oh, it was
and the
awesome.
Steamers were like 20,000 plus. Yeah.
Dude, I got an autographed Steamer soccer ball in the other room that's got some of the guys that played some of those Middle East, some of those European guys. Slobo, Stamkos, what are some of those names? Anyway, when they played in the old Checker Dome, and they had 20,000. That year they had the Major League All-Star game there in like the early 1979 or 80, and they had that thing totally sold out. That was a really cool league, man, till it wasn't. But that was fun for a while.
Well, it's like anything else. It goes over time.
Yep.
Walk me through this. I heard a little bit earlier. Is everybody turning on the ball over one loss in baseball? Did I hear that right? Or is this like the hot take of the day?
No. People are, I think, concerned about the new regime and thought they were just going to steamroll over everybody to begin the year.
Right.
But it's not how baseball works. It's never been how baseball works.
Well, if that's the case, Tony, Missouri this weekend won 3 games in a row on run rule. I can promise you, who's not going to be in the College World Series this year?
That's
Missouri
exactly
baseball.
right. That's exactly right.
It's not going to happen.
That's exactly
I don't know where they got it. And what happened with Kim Caldwell? Did something else happen yesterday during that game? I've heard a couple of your callers come in and kind of be on the negative.
No, nothing else happened. But what happened was Andrea Carter, if you go look it up, because we played it earlier in the show, basically said that she's going to have to change her approach. She'll have to change her style. These kids aren't playing for her. This team's not listening, and basically they're not going to win until something changes. And she's probably right, by the way.
I'm afraid she's right, Tony.
Yeah.
I can just see it. I mean, you can tell. There's something off there. Maybe it's just the core she's got. Maybe the whole transfer portal thing will work out for them. But it is what it is, right? One more thing, Tony, before you inevitably take down the call. If you get a chance, go, you, Bino, anybody there, go on Awful Announcing and get the comparison of Kenny Albert calling the Olympic win yesterday versus Chris Cuthbert, who, like in the hockey world, is probably one of the best hockey announcers there is, period, and the calmness of each one. I mean, you got the bias, you can hear it in their voice, but Chris Cuthbert did one of the best calls of that. And I'm a rare position. I can get TSN off of satellite system I use.
Oh, that's so cool.
I got to hear that yesterday.
So you get to watch Canadian stuff where you're at. That's cool, man.
Oh yeah, I get to watch Hockey Night in Canada, the whole thing. If I ever got yeah. Oh, it's insane. You have not seen hockey until you watched Hockey Night in Canada. From there, not even the NHL Network where it's cut up.
No, the reverence.
The actual commercial.
Yeah, the reverence.
The whole thing.
Yeah, and you get to see my two guys from 32 Thoughts all the time, Elliot Friedman.
Elliot Friedman and
Elliot.
I can't think of the other guy.
The other kid's name is Ogaskis. God, what the other kid's name? He's a young kid. Looks like Dave Nathan. Yeah, those guys. Here's the thing about Canada, and I don't think our people really understand this, listeners, and I don't think you can understand this. It literally would be like putting together an SEC All-Star team, okay? And then getting beat by somebody, right? The Canadian thing,
absolutely.
Them losing to the U.S. is a gutting experience for that country. Gutting.
For 1 minute yesterday, Tony, Chris Cuthbert went silent after that. I watched it last night, watched the playback of it because I was working during it. And, I mean, it was the classiest way you could do it. He'd come off with the line, something along the lines of, it gave him about a minute, and they let him have their moment. He comes back up, and he says, on this day, the U.S. has beat Canada 3-2. On the same day, 46 years ago, they beat the Russians. This is their moment, kind of a logic, and we'll go with it. I'm like, wow, that's pretty. I mean, you got to give it to them. That's unique and different. Most people would either want to cut the feed or do whatever. At least he did it the right way, you know?
I'm for you, my brother. Thank you. Good talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And that's going to conclude today's broadcast, the emergency broadcasting system. What a great day today. Bino, Jeff, and Brian, your final thoughts for us here on the way out. It's poor form of me to yawn. I didn't mean to do that on the air.
Just keep Wes Rucker's family in your prayers.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Yeah, Tony.
And hit up the link.
Yeah, that's fantastic. How people have responded to the GoFundMe, and just keep pounding that, and rest in peace, Wes, and strength and comfort to his family. A lot of fun today, Tony. Appreciate being a part of it.
Love you, Beanstar. Love you, Brystar. Till we meet again, my name is Basilio. We got a full day tomorrow. Full action-packed day for you. But in the meantime, today's show was a lot of fun, and we had a very interesting time. And I want to shout everybody out, and I think I'm going to go get me a nap.
You found Radio Free Tennessee. Your Tony Basilio show will begin momentarily. Keep it locked in right here at TonyBasilio.com and on your Tony Basilio app. And hey, do us a favor. Spread the word. Another award-winning, thought-provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming.